All right, so today we're going to dig into something that's got me seriously hyped up. It's called Bunny V2.
Yeah.
And you know how we always talk about making our crypto work smarter, not harder? Well, this deep dive is all about a potential game changer in DeFi, or decentralized finance, for those in the know.
It's definitely got everyone's attention.
Right.
Yeah, we've got some super interesting research here
Okay.
that suggests Bunny V2 could completely change how we think about managing our crypto, especially when it comes to AMMs, or automated market makers.
AMMs. Okay,
Yeah.
I gotta admit, that sounds a little technical.
Sure.
But basically, we're talking about how we swap our crypto, right? It's like
Exactly.
when I want to trade some Bitcoin for, I don't know, some Ethereum or whatever.
Yeah, you got it.
So what exactly are these automated market makers?
So think of AMMs like self-governing trading posts in the crypto world.
Okay.
Instead of going through a traditional exchange with the middleman, you're directly interacting with a pool of funds provided by other users. And these pools use clever algorithms to set prices and let you trade automatically.
So it's like this constantly available marketplace
Right.
driven by math
Yeah.
where I can just swap my crypto without any of the usual like roadblocks.
Yeah, precisely.
That's kind of cool. And it's been a game changer for DeFi, right?
Absolutely, it really has.
Now, you mentioned Uniswap.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard of them. They're one of the big players in this space, right?
Yeah, one of the biggest.
Version 3 or V3, I remember when that launched, it was a really big deal.
Huge.
But this research that we're looking at is saying that even Uniswap V3, it hasn't totally cracked the code of automation.
Yeah, there's still a little ways to go.
Interesting. So even the big fish in the AMM pond, there's room for improvement.
Definitely.
What is Bunny V2 doing differently? What problem are they trying to solve?
So imagine you're trying to, buy low and sell high on Uniswap V3.
Oh, okay.
You constantly have to shift your funds between different price ranges to catch the best trades. It's a little bit like, I don't know, like trying to catch butterflies with chopsticks.
Okay.
Doable, but not exactly efficient.
Not ideal.
And plus, every time you move your funds, you're incurring those pesky gas fees
Gas fees.
eating into your profit.
The bane of my existence.
Right.
And I'm guessing all that frantic trading, that leaves me open to those sandwich attacks we've talked about.
Exactly. You're completely exposed because you're constantly adjusting.
Right.
So Bunny V2, that's what they're aiming to fix.
Okay, so how do they do that? How do they make it smoother for the average person?
Well, they're introducing something called liquidity density functions, or LDFs.
Okay.
I know that probably sounds a little intimidating.
Just a tad. Yeah, like my high school math teacher is suddenly standing right behind me.
Right. Yeah. No need for flashbacks to calculus class or anything.
Bet.
Think of it this way. Imagine you've got a lump of clay, right?
Okay.
And that clay represents your funds. With traditional AMMs, you're essentially just like plopping the entire lump down in one spot.
Okay.
But LDFs, they give you the tools to mold and shape that clay across the entire price spectrum.
Interesting. Okay, so instead of my crypto just sitting in one spot, I can spread it out kind of strategically, like I'm creating my own personalized trading strategy.
Exactly.
Okay.
You're sculpting your own like liquidity landscape.
Okay.
You want to say, grab more of a token if it dips in price.
Right.
You can shape your LDF to do just that.
Wow.
Or maybe you want a more even spread to, kind of ride out the market swings.
Yeah.
You can mold your LDF accordingly.
So it's way more flexible than anything I've seen before.
Absolutely.
It almost sounds
It's really powerful.
autonomous, like
Oh.
I set it and forget it.
You got it.
That's amazing.
This isn't just about providing liquidity.
Yeah.
It's about doing it dynamically.
Right?
In fact, the research paper we're looking at actually uses the word shape-shifting,
Okay.
which I got to admit is a pretty catchy term.
Shape-shifting AMM.
I know, right?
That's officially cooler than anything my bank offers.
Way cooler.
But, okay, how does all this shape-shifting actually help me? Like, does it really cut down on those gas fees?
Absolutely. Because your liquidity is always adjusting.
Yeah.
You're not making nearly as many individual trades,
Right.
which means fewer gas fees.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
And because these LDFs are pre-programmed
Right.
and they run on the blockchain, it's much harder for someone to kind of predict your moves and pull off a sandwich attack.
So it's like extra security for my crypto.
Exactly.
I like it. So less risk, potentially lower costs. I'm really starting to see why this is such a big deal.
Yeah, it's got a lot of potential.
But you said there are even more features packed into Bunny V2.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the Swiss Army knife of DeFi protocols.
That's a good way to put it.
What else can it do?
Well, on top of shape-shifting, there's autonomous rebalancing.
Autonomous rebalancing. Is that like a self-driving car, but for my crypto portfolio?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So when your LDFs are shape-shifting,
Mhm.
right, responding to the market changes,
Yeah.
the ratio of tokens in your liquidity pool, it can get a little...
Out of whack.
Exactly, out of
Yeah,
whack.
right.
So autonomous rebalancing,
Yeah.
it automatically keeps things balanced,
Okay.
adjusting your holdings. So you're always in the best possible position
Wow.
to make a profit.
So it's like having a little crypto assistant
Pretty much.
working behind the scenes.
Exactly.
That's awesome, especially for someone like me who's not, glued to the charts 24/7.
Right. It takes a lot of the work off your plate.
That's amazing. But what happens if, like, even with all this fancy automation, what if the market just, like, I don't know, goes crazy? Like a flash crash or something?
Well, they've got you covered there, too.
Okay.
Bunny V2 has what are called surge fees,
Okay.
which act as a kind of safety mechanism.
Okay.
So imagine there's a sudden, huge spike in trading activity,
Yeah.
which could mean someone's trying to manipulate the market.
Oh.
When the protocol detects that,
Yeah.
it temporarily raises fees,
Interesting.
which basically acts like a speed bump
Okay.
to deter, bots and attackers
Gotcha.
while still protecting regular users.
So it's kind of like a security guard for my crypto?
Exactly. That's a good way to think about it.
Surge fees. Okay. I like it. Like a bouncer for my crypto, keeping things safe.
Exactly.
But you mentioned something else too about like putting my crypto to work even when I'm not actively like trading it.
Right.
Something about what was it called? Rehypothecation?
Yeah, rehypothecation.
Okay, so what is that?
So think of it this way.
Okay.
You know how banks, they lend out a portion of your deposits.
Right, to earn interest.
Exactly, to make money.
Right.
Rehypothecation, it kind of works the same way, but with your crypto.
Okay.
So Bunny V2 can potentially lend out your idle assets
Okay.
to borrowers.
Got it.
And that generates passive income for you.
So my crypto's out there working for me 24/7 even when I'm sleeping. That's amazing. Like compound interest on autopilot.
Pretty much.
Okay, this is blowing my mind, but let's be real for a second.
Sure.
With all this amazing tech, all these potential profits,
Yeah.
will this actually make a difference to my bottom line?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right?
Right.
And there are never any guarantees,
Of course, of course.
especially in the crypto world.
Right.
But the potential here is huge
Right.
by automating so much of the trading process
Yeah.
and minimizing those downsides.
Right.
Bunny V2 could be a real game changer
Okay.
for anyone who's, looking to make smarter use of their crypto.
So it's like taking the best parts of DeFi
Exactly.
and making it like more user-friendly, more efficient,
Yeah,
more accessible, potentially more profitable.
absolutely.
This is really exciting stuff.
It really is, and it's still early days.
Right.
But this gives us a glimpse into the future of DeFi.
A future where our money is working smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly. And we have more control.
I like the sound of that.
We do. And that's the beauty of DeFi, constantly pushing boundaries.
It really is.
New possibilities all the time.
Well, on that note, I think we'll wrap up our deep dive into the fascinating world of Bunny V2.
It's been a pleasure.
This is definitely one to keep an eye on.
I think so.
For folks at home, stay tuned. We'll be back next week with another deep dive.
Looking forward to it.